Welcome to all. Myself Dr. Vinay Kumar. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on potential step. This is the quantum mechanics problem, and here in figure 1 we can see that this is the potential step. We can see from figure we have two regions here, region first and region second. At x equal to 0, the potential is increases sharply. So, this is called as potential step. The application of Schrodinger equation enable us to compare the prediction of classical mechanics and quantum mechanics in a simple way. Here we will discuss the potential step problem. This is one dimensional problem. Here the particle is free to move anywhere except x equal to 0. Before discussing this problem, we recall some essential condition of wave function. We know that the wave function psi must be continuous and single valued, and the derivative of wave function must be continuous and single valued. We know that there is no direct physical significance of wave function. Using the wave function, we can discuss the probability of particle for defined region. Now here we have two cases. Case first, when we have the energy of the incident particle is greater than the potential height. For second case, when we have the energy of the incident particle is less than the potential height, and here we have the potential in region first V equal to 0 and in region second V equal to V naught. In the view of classical mechanics, for the case first, when we have the energy of the incident particle is greater than the potential height. In the view of classical mechanics, this means that total energy will be transmitted here. There is no reflection term, but according to quantum mechanics, the reflection coefficient is non-zero. In same, if we discuss here second case, when we have the incident energy of the particle is less than the potential height, according to the classical view, this means that region second can't exist. Total energy will be reflected, and here R will be equal to 0 and transmitted T will be 0 here. But in the view of quantum mechanics, if we discuss this problem, for the second case we have the incident energy of the particle less than the potential height. So, we can define region second. This is classical forbidden region, but according to quantum mechanics, we can discuss the probability of the particle in the second region. First, we will discuss the case first using the Schrodinger equation. For case first, when we have E equal to V naught. From figure third, we can see that we have two regions here, region first and region second, and in this figure we have the energy of the incident particle is greater than the potential height. We will solve this problem using the Schrodinger time independent equation, and we know that the Schrodinger time independent equation is d2 psi by dx square plus 2m E minus V upon h cross square psi equal to 0. This is equation 2. For region first, we have the potential height V equal to 0, then the Schrodinger equation for region first, this will be equal to d2 psi first by dx square plus 2m E upon h cross square psi first equal to 0. This is in equation third. Similar for region second, this is region second, what will be Schrodinger equation for region second? Here we have defined the potential height V equal to V naught here, then the Schrodinger equation is d2 psi second by dx square plus 2m E minus V naught upon h cross square psi second equal to 0 in equation 4. For the simplification, we have taken here k1 square equal to 2m E upon h cross square and k2 square equal to 2m E minus V naught upon h cross square. Using these value, then the equation 3 and 4 will be here d2 psi first by dx square plus k1 x square psi first equal to 0, d2 psi second dx square plus k2 square psi second equal to 0 in equation 6. Then the solution of above equation 5 and 6 here, the solution for the equation 5 psi first equal to a e to the power I k1x plus b e to the power minus I k1x in equation 7, and the solution for equation 6, this is psi second equal to c e to the power I k2x plus d e to the power minus k2x in equation 8. Here in figure we can see that there are 3 terms here. In this figure we can see that here we have a e to the power I k1x, b e to the power I k1x, c e to the power I k2x. This first one, this shows the incident wave function a e to the power I k1x. This one shows here is reflected wave function b e to the power minus I k1x, and third one is this is the transmitted wave function c e to the power I k2x. Here for the region second, there is no other boundary greater than at x equal to 0. This means that d must vanish here, and the solution of equation 6 will be equal psi second equal to c e to the power I k2x. Now applying the boundary condition on equation 7 and 9, applying the boundary condition on equation 7 and 9 here, and we know that the wave function must be continuous and single valued, and the derivative of the wave function must be single and continuous. Here applying the boundary condition for the region first and second at x equal to 0, applying here we have psi first equal to psi second at x equal to 0, and the derivative d psi first by dx equal to d psi second by dx at x equal to 0. After then applying the boundary condition, we have equation 7 and 9 here, a plus b equal to c and k1 into a minus b equal to k2c in equation 11 and 12. Now using above equation 11 and 12, we will find out here the constant value of c and b in terms of k1, k2 and a, and we have here b equal to k1 minus k2 by k1 plus k2 into a, and c equal to 2k1 by k1 plus k2 into a in equation 14. Now we will find out the here reflection coefficient and transmission coefficients, and we know that the reflection coefficient, this will have mode of reflected current density by incident current density in equation 15, and transmission coefficient equal to mode of transmitted current density by incident current density in equation 16. We know that the current density J equal to IH cross by 2m psi del psi star minus psi star del psi in equation 17. Using equation 17, we can find out the value of reflection current density, incident current density and transmitted current density. So first we will discuss here about our incident current density, and we know that from equation 7 we have the incident wave function psi ix equal to a e to the power I k1x. Using this one we can discuss the incident current density, and here we have the incident wave function psi ix equal to a e to the power I k1x. Then psi star x will be here a e to the power minus I k1x. Using this one we can discuss the incident current density by step, and finally we have incident current density here is h cross k1 by m mod of a square in equation 18. Similar, we can discuss the reflected current density and transmitted current density using the incident wave function and transmitted wave function. Here we have reflected wave function psi rx equal to b e to the power I k1x and transmitted wave function psi tx equal to c e to the power I k2x. Using equation 17 we know that the current density value, and finally we have the reflected current density equal to minus h cross k1 by m mod of b square and transmitted current density equal to h cross k2 by m mod of c square in equation 19 and 20. Now we can discuss the reflection coefficient and transmission coefficient using the equation 18, 19 and 20, and we have here the reflection coefficient here is mod of b square by mod of a square, and transmission coefficient here is t equal to k2 mod of c square by k1 mod of a square in equation 22. And we know that the value of b and c in terms of k1, k2 and a using equation 21 and 22, we have the value of reflection coefficient and transmission coefficient in equation 23 and 24. The sum of r and t using equation 23 and 24 here, this is equation 23 and this is equation 24. Using the equation 23 and 24, the sum of r and t is equal to 1 as it should be. In contrast to classical mechanics, which states none of the particles get reflected, but by equation 23 we have the reflection term here, then we can say that in quantum mechanical reflection coefficient is not to 0. This effect must be attributed to the wave like behavior of the particles. Now we will discuss here the case second, when we have the incident energy of the particle is less than the potential height. Already we discussed about that. In the case second, if we have the incident energy of the particle is less than the potential height, this means that there is no transmission here, but we in quantum mechanics we will discuss their existence of transmitted wave function in region second. Using here Schrodinger equation, and for region first, the Schrodinger equation is d2 psi first by dx square plus 2m e upon h cross square psi first equal to 0 in equation 25, and similar for region second, but here in case second we have the energy of the incident particle is less than the potential height. We can see that in figure 4 the energy of the incident particle is less than the potential height, we note. Then the Schrodinger equation for region first is here is d2 psi second by dx square minus 2m v naught minus e upon h cross square psi second equal to 0. This is equation of Schrodinger equation for region second. Now similar we are applying the boundary condition for equation 25 and 26. Similar, first for simplification we have taken k1 square equal to 2me upon h cross square and k2 prime square equal to 2m v naught minus h cross square. After then the equation 25 and 26 here, d2 psi first by dx square plus k1 square psi first equal to 0, this is equation 27, and d2 psi second by dx square minus k2 prime square psi second equal to 0 in equation 28. The solution of above two equation here is psi first equal to a e to the power I k1x plus b e to the power minus I k1x. This is similar as we have discussed in case first, and the solution for equation 28 for the region second, here psi second equal to c e to the power minus k2 prime x plus d e to the power k2 prime x. Here this is differ from case first. In the region second we have the potential height is greater than the incident energy. Then the solution here is psi second equal to c e to the power minus k2 prime x plus d e to the power k2 prime x. Here we know that the wave function must be finite everywhere, since the term k2 prime x diverges when x tends to infinite, this means that d has to be 0, then the equation 30 will be here psi second equal to c e to the power minus k2 prime x in equation 31. Now applying the boundary condition on equation 29 and 31, we know that the wave function must be continuous and the derivative of both here continuous at x equal to 0, applying the boundary condition, and we have the value of constant b and c in terms of k1, k2 prime and a. Here we have the value of b equal to k1 minus I k2 prime plus b equal to k1 minus I k2 prime by k1 plus I k2 prime into a, c equal to 2 k1 by k1 plus I k2 prime into a. This is equation 32. By equation 31, psi second, this is equal to c e to the power minus k2 prime x. This is the transmitted wave function and this is the real wave function here. This is for the region second here, and using this one we will discuss here what will be our transmitted current density. Using the transmitted wave function here, we have transmitted wave function, this one is psi t x equal to c e to the power minus k2 prime x. Using this one we can discuss the transmitted current density, and here this is the real function. This means that the psi star tx will be equal to the same value. This means that psi star x here is equal to c to the power minus k2 prime x, and put the values in the relationship of the current density. Here the transmitted current density having the value equal to 0. Hence the reflection coefficient R must be equal to 1. We can calculate using equation 32. The equation 32 here is the reflection coefficient R equal to mod of b square by mod of a square. Using this one we have the value of reflection coefficient equal to 1. We therefore have total reflection as in the classical case, but here none of the particle, according to the classical view, none of the particle can be found in the region x greater than 0. This is the for region second, this is the classical forbidden region. But quantum mechanically here we have discussed, we have the transmitted wave function. Using the transmitted wave function we can discuss the probability of particle in region second, and we have for the region second the probability density here. Using this relationship we know that the probability density equal to mod of psi x square, and we have using the transmitted wave function here the probability density px equal to mod of psi t x square equal to 4k1 square mod of a square e to the power minus 2k2 prime x by k1 square plus k2 prime square in equation 35. So in quantum mechanically we can say that if we have the energy of the incident particle is less than the potential height, we can discuss the transmitted wave function for the classical forbidden region. So here according to quantum mechanics particle can penetrate in region second. From figure 5 we can discuss here the probability curve here for the case second here at x equal to 0. After then this will be exponentially decay and this will be diminishes when we go extend to x equal to 0. I think this will be helpful for students, and I have used some reference book here. First one, quantum mechanics concept and application. This is Jetli, Introduction to Quantum Mechanics, Griffiths, and third one is the concept of modern physics. This is Arthur Weiser. Thank you.